What's going on, everybody? Well, today I'm going to be trying out some Slice ceramic knives, auto retractable ceramic knives. Now, a buddy of mine gave them to me, said, hey, why don't you try these out in the garden and see if they're actually useful in the garden. So I said, okay, I'll make a video on it. So here I am making a video on it. So I got a couple different types of Slice knives. I have a box cutter, paper cutter, and 4 types of retractable knives. I also brought out some of the common stuff in the garden that I cut up, some different types of cordage or line, some cardboard, even try it out on a hose. Also a zip tie. So I'm going to be trying it out on some of these things, seeing how it works, and seeing if it's actually worth it to have ceramic blades. Now, the nice thing about ceramic blades is they're not supposed to cut you on the skin. Now, of course, you can cut if you put enough pressure on just about anything that has a little bit of a blade on it. So I could probably cut my hand with it compared to a regular box cutter, or even my handy Leatherman that's very sharp. Shave a little bit with it. But we're going to try them out and see how they work. I'm up for trying new things, and if it keeps me from cutting my fingers while I'm cutting plants or cutting line, might just actually buy a couple of them for myself. So I'll bring you in closer so you can take a look at what we're doing. Alright, so for this first test we're going to do what a box cutter is meant to do. Grab my regular box cutter and just do a box cut straight across. Pop out my knife from my Leatherman. Doesn't quite go all the way through. Didn't have it pointy end enough, so had to do that one twice. Now we're going to try the Slice. Not bad. Let's go with the mini cutter this time. And this one has a little tiny blade on it right there. Now that didn't go all the way through. So this one's probably just better for paper. Not too bad. And now for this Slice cutter. Now the nice thing about these, they are all retractable. And I guess the thing is, if you cut across your fingers, you're not going to hurt yourself. I wouldn't dare try it with this thing though. Still didn't quite go all the way through with this Slice one. Let me do another cut on it, see how it does. Push it down really hard. No, not quite all the way through. I guess it doesn't quite have a pointy end at the end. This one sort of rounded itself where the box cutter type is. So, not too bad. Let's try going up and down with it. And it went all the way through, not too bad. Try it with one of these. That one has more of a pointy end on it. Whereas if I use my regular box cutter nice and smooth. Brand new blade on this one. And speaking of blades, this Slice blade, if I can figure out how to take it out and open it up. There we go. I've got to push up on this to get it out. Actually has a couple extra blades on the inside for you. This one's straight, and it comes with a couple serrated types. So I noticed earlier when I was putting these in that it was a little bit difficult to put them in. but at least I'm not going to cut my fingers with it by trying to put these in. Or at least I shouldn't cut my fingers with it. They're ceramic blades. All right, there we go, all the way out. So it does come with a couple different ceramic blades. Change the blade. You push out, you push that little button, and you pull it out. Put it back in, keep the button down, work it in, and then it slides back in. Let's see how this blade does with it. A little rougher. It still cuts pretty good. Let's try some paper. It cuts paper good. Try the mini slice now. Oh yeah, that's perfect if you're cutting open envelopes or something. Yep. Not quite as good on paper. It keeps wanting to tear it when you start. There we go. Try this one out. Not too bad. And of course the regular blade works great. Clear some of these things off the table really quick. All right. Let's start off with something easy. This is some polypropylene line. I hate polypropylene line. Never liked it for some reason. Let's see how it cuts it. Start with the serrated blade. It cuts through. Gives a little bit of a feather on it, or a fraying. Go for a nice clean cut. Let's go ahead and change this blade out really quick. Yep, didn't get it in all the way. It's still frayed. Looks like we got a little bit of fray right here. Try one of the other knives. Sort of hard to cut polypropylene with it. This one I can't even get it started. So go back to this one with the straight edge one more time. Just give it another try. Okay, not too much fraying on that one. And of course, the trusty Leatherman. Nice and smooth. So one of the things that you have around the garden quite a bit is I have some line that's used to tie up hay bales and straw bales. So let's see how it does. First I'm going to go ahead and try it with my Leatherman, which I always have handy with me. That was easy. Now I'm going to try it out with the slice cutter. It cut a couple times, but it wasn't quite what I was thinking it was going to do. And just to show you how it works with a nice fresh razor blade, just like that. All right, one of the other things that you might have around is a zip tie. So I never want to use a razor blade to cut a zip tie or my knife. I always want to use side cutters. So that's easy with the Leatherman. But what if you don't have it with you? What if you're going to try it with the slice? It pops through. Not too bad. I'm going to do another cut with this. Well, it does cut zip ties pretty good. Let's try out the serrated blade with the slice. See if it works a little bit better. Yep. Didn't quite get it in all the way. There we go. Use a little bit bigger one here. Oh yeah, popped through. Had to give it a little bit more force than the smooth blade for the slice. I don't know if this one will be long enough. Not, nope. Maybe this one. Well, this one feels like it's left-handed. So, get it from underneath. Took a little extra work on this one. I was almost trying to do it left-handed. I like it better if it's on the top here. Now let's get into a little bit bigger stuff. So this is some cotton cord. I'm going to switch this blade out one more time. I do like the ease of it and the safety of this. I'd be going real slow if this was a regular razor blade. First, let's go with a regular razor blade and cut the cotton. There goes that. Go with the Leatherman again. Not too bad. Now, let's go with the slice and see how it does online. Well, it does cut. Have to do a lot more work to it. Might poke myself with that, but not gonna cut my finger on it. That's pretty good. One more thing that we have out here in the garden: weed eater cord. So once again, start with the regular box cutter. A little rougher for my Leatherman for some reason. Let's see how this slice blade does on it. It's having a problem with the weed eater. Then finally, paracord. I don't know how many people don't have paracord around their house. Smooth with my knife. Of course, smooth with the regular box cutter with the new blade. And pretty smooth with the slice. I still have a little bit of fraying. Let me take it a little bit slower on here. Still getting a little bit too much fraying for my liking. But it does work decent on the paracord. All right, so let's go over to the garden. I saved myself a couple scapes, and we're gonna go and cut a couple scapes with this to see how it works. All right, let's see how it does on these scapes. Make sure I got it in camera for you. That worked pretty good on the scape. Nice little slice there. Nice and smooth right through. Try it again with my regular knife. And right through. Alright, the last thing I want to do is see how well this cuts through a sunflower stalk. So this came from one of my American Giant hybrid sunflowers. And push down and cut. Maybe not with that blade. Let's see if the serrated works better on that. Well, the serrated cut through just like a saw, I believe. But then again, my Leatherman cut through a little bit easier, and even easier with the regular box knife. All right, well, there is one thing I almost forgot to try, and that is a garden hose. So let's take the slice blade out, see how it does. Well, it didn't. Not with this serrated anyway. Let's switch out the blades again really quick. Try it out with just the regular blade. Well, I guess the garden hose is sort of like skin, has a little give to it. So, almost impossible to use it on that. And then, of course, my Leatherman. Well, what do you think? Well, what I think is I'm going to use this only for cardboard, and might even not use it for that much, but what I would use is my Leatherman, because I can be safe and I can cut toward my buddy, not my body, and keep myself safe. If you did like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Push the subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.